uniform. So well, you can understand that I'm on duty, but my phone is on my lap. I'm using the phone like that. So I'm looking ahead as I'm on duty. So I could be in trouble if anyone see that I'm using the phone. So today I'll talk about the war in Iran. The Iran said almost 270 billion dollar they have, damaged so far with the bombing and the building, the infrastructure and everything that destroyed. And they want the reparation. They want the reparation. They're looking for the reparation from US, especially. And we have a lot of dollar, around the world because of the sanction that is stuck in different country. They seize the money. So they are now negotiating with US to leave the money, to get them the money again back. So now they are in talk, and today I have a good news for you guys that they are going to talk again within 2 days or 3 days, couple of days later. So that's a good thing. And Jerry Vance, the U.S. Vice President, will also lead the negotiating team, especially the Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. He's a, I don't know, his wife is something like, working in maybe UN, and his son and everything is, you know, his son is working in the oil business nowadays in Middle East. So he's a businessman, and he's always thinking about the money a lot. I think, he's he's thinking about the money. He's working for the money as well a lot. So that is the thing happening, and I wish there will be deal. There was a 21-hour marathon negotiation, and it was really boring. That long time, without even the sleep or anything. So that was a big, moment for the world, because now the Hormuz is blocked by both the countries, US and Iran both. So the people around the world, especially the country like East Asia, like our country, is suffering a lot, the Bangladesh. So you guys know that I'm from Bangladesh. So what I want is the Hormuz should be open, and it should be like normal, like before, everything. Because without that, it's really tough. We have a lot of line, a big line before the petrol station, petrol pump and the fuel pump especially, and people are suffering a lot. Like they are staying 3 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours. Some of them are taking the wife to stay, at work and talking to them, in long time, and they are not giving you a lot of petrol who have the motorbike. They're just giving you 100 taka, 200 taka, like $2, $1 bill. So that's not normal. That's really not normal. That's why I want a peace. So they will negotiate again after 2 days, in a couple of days later in Pakistan, and that will be a good moment. I think Iran has agreed to cease the nuclear activities for almost 5 years, but they rejected. The USA rejected that. They said that it should be more than maybe 15 years or something. But that's the proposal that they rejected in that case. Iran. So I think there are a lot of similarities so far, and I wish there will be a deal. There will be a negotiation, and one thing is really, really good that we have seen both parties are interested to have a deal. They're desperate because America is just watching the oil price is very expensive, especially the gas price has increased in America quite a bit. So even Iran said that they have to pay a gas price like more than a $4. So that is also a big things for the American people, because they are now having a lot of expenses, the bills to pay. I have a friend from America, and she always said that we are having a very bad times, like paying all the bills, and everything is very tough nowadays in America as well. So the fuel price, especially the gas price, is increasing a lot. So that's a big problem for them. So I hope the war will end. Like it's almost 7 days left. The ceasefire will end. So then there will be attack again, and Israel is just breaking all the ceasefire, all the bad activities they're doing. So they will do something bad too again. They will dismantle the ceasefire. They will break the ceasefire, and there will be a bad things happen for Israel. I think Israel is a bad state that should not be there in the world. I'm not talking about the people, but Israeli people, and they are good. I think they need the one piece as well, because when there was a war between Israel and Iran, they were always staying on the bunker while the sirens were blaring, everywhere, and it's just they can't sleep. They were on the bunker because there is a lot of bunker on the country, because always, now the Lebanon Hezbollah is attacking them. Now the Hamas is attacking them. The Houthi is from Yemen is attacking them. Iran was attacking them with missiles, cluster munition, and so they are always on wars. So I think, they love to be, to be stay on the war with the parties. Now the Turkey said that their new adversary they will list Turkey as well, because they always want some enemy. And there were also good signs that they were talking with Lebanese ambassador to US. They were negotiating. They were having discussion on in USA, and the Marco Rubio, the US chancellor, was there. Okay, yeah. So things are going on. I'm sorry, someone is coming. I'm on duty, so when anyone is coming, I have to take my phone, put my phone on in my pocket to like to stay cautious. If anyone is coming, I have to look forward. If anything is happening, years ago, and now the stealing and the extortion, all the things has increased a lot in my country, especially in front of me. uh, the extortion is taking pawns from a girls and with a knife, and no one could say anything. It was on the platform. It's just on platform, so everyone was watching them, and police on the other side, he was watching that too. But I was on the train, so I couldn't do anything. I was still shouting, and I was trying to do something, but if I had a stone or something, I could hit that bloody person. I understand when you're losing something, you really how you feel. I can understand that. So that is the thing happening a lot. And as I was talking about the Lebanon and Lebanon and Israel. They were discussing, but Hezbollah want not to talk with them, not to discuss with them, because they are always breaking the promise, and that is true. It is very much sure that if there is agreement, the ceasefire or anything that Lebanese government want, but it will not last. It will really not last. It will be breaking by the Israel for sure, because that is what they are doing all the time. That is their habit. That is their normalcy. They are always want to war. Now they were also discuss about having their troop presence in that country. So what kind of that? They destroyed the Gaza. Now they are destroying Lebanon. But the international community, they didn't say anything. They didn't do anything. They are sometimes saying something that is not enough. All the world, the country especially, need to show the resilience against Israel. All the businesses, all the things, even in that case, America should step forward against that, against Israel, to talk with them, because America is the sole helper of Israel a lot, and that should stop, because the world community, the peaceful community, the world, we need the peace everywhere. But because of the Israel, it's always hampering. The peace is always hampering. So we have to have peace, in the world. So Israel is the only country who is just breaking the peace, who is just making some trouble and killing the people, and that's what we don't want. So even America has some responsibility. They are always supporting that country when they're talking about the international law. When anyone is breaking, then they say that, oh, they broke the law, the international law. When they are breaking, it's okay, it's no problem. They could do anything because they have the absolute power. That shouldn't be. That shouldn't be like that. That's what I'm thinking. So now my duty is ongoing. I couldn't speak a long time, but when I was talking, I think this is my practice of my English. So thank you so much for your time, for the attention of this mirror. Goodbye. Have a good time. Bye.